Hello, I'm back. It's mpknife, and welcome back to part 51. Now, I'm on a mission, personally. I want to go hop back to the Kill Ato timeline, finish that last route, but... No. I want more than that. I want to get over 50 endings. I want to say I'm halfway there. So, we will continue down this stretch. Hopefully find something. Day 33. I don't know how long this route's gonna be. But, I mean, it's worth a try, right? Save Kurara instead of Gaku. Even though Kako, like, legitimately tells you. Before decision. Oh yeah, it's in the middle of a battle. You know what? I'm fucking battled out, so... Excuse me if I want to fucking skip one of these. Alright, well, Kurara's right there. Oh, I can't skip it. Well, fuck me then.
Attention! All troops stand ready. Let the battle commence!
No matter how many times I do it, fighting still makes me nervous.
But the almighty Supreme Commander is gone.
Oh yeah,
so this
she's
should
gone,
be a
guys.
piece of
Haha,
cake,
smile.
Right. Let's kill them and make it quick.
Alright. Fucking whatever, dude. We can't skip. The choice is literally in the battle, so
Here goes.
there's not much we can do here.
Try this on for size. Hardly a challenge. All good.
Okay.
I'll do my best.
I guess I'm up. Out of the way, pest. All good. Ha! Here goes. What a nuisance. All good. Ha! All too easy.
Time for battle. Die! Ready whenever. I'll chop you to pieces. Broken so soon.
Let's do this. I've got this. Gotta push it. My turn. Take this. Let's do this. There. Oh, I've got this. Here. Ready when you are. Let's do this. Here. Let's go. That's it. I've got this. Take that. Got it.
All right, let's get... I'm all worked up now. My turn. Die! How unsatisfying.
Say when. There.
Understood.
Be gone! You're finished!
I'm fully prepared.
Here goes. This is what you deserve!
Prepped and ready. That's what I'm talking about. Let me handle it. Hey, this!
Time for me to move.
I guess I'm up.
I'm good to go. Does this do it for you?
Alright, whatever. Pop.
All good.
Leave this to me.
Take this!
I'm ready to go.
Okay, okay. What a nuisance! Hardly a challenge.
Time to move. Out of my way. Broken so soon.
Locked and loaded. Don't try to stop me. I'm taking the wheel. Hi-ya! Leave it to me. Out of the way.
I can't wait. Experiment time.
Yeah. Sure. Whatever.
Keep it up, troops! Never back down! Destroy those evil invaders!
Oh, wait! New enemies coming in 12 o'clock! According to these readings, they're strong. This must be the commander.
Fuck you, Adamakio. You get nothing from me.
Love of murder. Something tells me this one's not gonna go down easy.
He's a real nuisance zooming around like that. We better figure out a way to stop him.
Takumi, you know how to deal with this one, right?
Yeah. Kurata's traps and defensive devices were effective on him.
Then it's time for my grand appearance. I suppose I'll deal with it for you. I won't allow anyone to stand so arrogantly before me. You are in the presence of an old Suzuki. Get on your knees and show some respect.
Nice R. That respect. Alright. You're dead. I don't know how, but I can find a way. It probably involves me spamming my ult.
I've got this.
That's a good start.
One last strike.
Bring it on. I can handle this. Just bring that. Pulverize them. Tag me in. Boom. Bring it on. Oh, I need a rest hold. Time for action. I'll patch you up. I appreciate it.
You're not doing anything. Let's see.
Here we go. One last strike! Take care of the rest.
I've got this. I'll help.
Thanks.
I owe you big! Just ring that bell! Smash! Take it! We're playing by deathmatch rules here!
I've got this. One last strike! Damn it!
I need a rest hold. Locked and loaded. All good.
I owe you.
You saved my neck!
Let's go! Ha! My turn! Yeah! All right!
I'm good whenever. Hi-ya! We did it!
I'll show you what's up. Bang, bang, bang! Just watch me. Get the hell out of my way! Did you see that?
I guess I'm up. I'll blow you away! All good. Try this on for size. Oh, here goes. What a nuisance! Hardly a challenge.
Bring it on! We're playing by deathmatch rules here!
Here we go! I'm
I
spent.
need a rest hold. Time for action. Stay back!
You're pretty good.
Styled on him successfully.
Heck yeah! We won!
Naturally.
Now we just have to finish him off. Damn. What the hell is happening? Ava, what's the meaning of this? Why do you stand with the enemy? What happened to your mask? Are you turning your back on God? Are you in bed with the invaders?
Invaders?
Let's kill him.
No, wait! We should hear him out before.
No! You don't have that kind.
Shut up, if you would.
What exactly do you mean by that? Who are these invaders?
Huh? Obviously, I mean you!
Invaders? Us?
Ava! Do you think you can get away with this? You think that crazy bitch will forgive you?
Crazy bitch.
Do you have any idea what she's doing? She turned her back on the teachings of God. She started devouring them, cannibalizing the others. She's violated the greatest of all taboos. We're going to die. Every last one of us is going to die. Friend or foe, it doesn't matter. Everyone's going to fucking die!
It happened in an instant.
You?
An offering to my magnificence. I commend you. I feel my wounds healing, my strength returning. With this, I am one step closer to becoming a god.
Is that Veshness? Did she die?
She should be fucking dead. She got obliterated by an undying flame bomb.
Don't tell me the attack didn't land.
No, the bomb definitely hit her. Thanks to Magadori, that is. But it seems she's more powerful than we hypothesized. So much more powerful that she can eat an undying flame bomb and survive.
You mean she survived the attack?
Did Kyoshika die in vain? Was that fool's life and death attack utterly meaningless?
It most certainly dealt some damage to her. I suppose that's why she didn't show up for a while. But it looks like she absorbed power from her comrades in order to heal herself. She's starting to become an untouchable force.
We're all still able to fight, right?
Huh? Now?
If it's do or die, then she has to die.
Yes, struggle in vain to your heart's content. I will consume your strength and obtain the weapon of despair that will destroy everything and become a new god. All existence will bow down and worship me. My superior self wants to ascend to godhood. I must become god.
Well,
Bow down!
okay.
I've got this.
Whenever you're ready. I'll help.
Thanks.
I owe you big.
Say when. One last strike! Take care.
Just ring that bell. I'm in your corner. Bring it on. And stay there. Take it all, bitch. I've got this. I'll patch you up.
I owe you.
You saved my neck.
Good to go. Let's do this!
Kneel before me.
All right, let's...
I'll put an end to this. See what greatness looks like!
Crumble!
I've got this. One last strike!
Just ring that bell. Ready as I'll ever be. I've got you.
Thanks.
Thank you. I owe you big.
Let's go. One last strike! Take care of this!
Tag me in! And stay down! Take it home for me!
It can't be over for me already! Don't you dare underestimate me! Prepare yourself for a masterpiece! You'd better take care of the rest! Locked and loaded! They're gonna hear this engine roar!
Is that true, Tsubasa? Are they gonna hear it? Oh, did I not? Oh, no. Man. Oh, and we had guys up here I could have farmed. Dude. I thought I had the one shot. Okay.
Not half bad.
I thought I played it. Yeah, whatever.
Let me at him.
I'm just gonna shoot bullets.
Let him loose. I'll show you what's. That's what I'm talking about. Let's freaking eat this. Let me at him. That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
I'll go, if you can stand me. I'll take the blame for this. Sorry, you guys.
Wait, why did that not do any damage?
I'll show you what's up. Let him loose. Let me handle
Oh, can she just not die?
Get the hell out of my way. You saw that, right?
That's some bullshit.
I'm all set. Taking the shot.
All good.
So tired.
Ha! All too easy.
Whatever.
Let's freaking eat this! Ow, ow, ow.
They've got some moves. This is the end.
It's all right. I'm not done yet.
Take it!
Not there yet.
That's it.
That all you got? It's all right.
What's the fucking point of
Not
this?
there yet.
They got.
Yes. Struggle in vain.
Yeah, alright.
And realize how futile
Apparently.
it is to fight against my glorious might.
Did I run into that problem the first time I fought her?
I'd like to see them try that again.
She's pretty confident. She thinks she can just kill us whenever she wants.
She's a real monster. I mean, we were completely outclassed last time.
How are we supposed to defeat something like that?
Takumi, do you have some sort of strategy we can use? You defeated her in your timeline, didn't you?
She's leagues stronger than she was last time. She's not the Veshness I know anymore. She's someone completely different. I have no idea how we can beat her.
Then what are we supposed to do?
Ava, Do you know anything? A weak point? Anything at all? She is...
Ava? What's wrong? Are you okay?
I don't know. I know nothing!
Ava, calm down, please. Oh, God. Ava's no use anymore. We're all gonna...
Allow me. I will protect you. That voice.
Just then, suddenly a ball of undying flames came flying in at a ferocious speed and crashed right into Veshnus. It was him.
Here I come.
The ball of flame seemed to power up, releasing a blinding light. It swallowed up Veshnus and wrapped up everything around us in pure white light. And finally, after the light had vanished, all that remained was...
What was that? Just now?
Some ball made of undying flames came flying at Veshnus.
It's him. The boy with the undying flames. An avatar sent by the boy inside of the defense room.
That was him?
How utterly reckless of him to fire off such a high-powered attack.
But it saved us. He was always saying that he wanted to help us, that he wanted to be friends with us. He was serious about that. I knew he would fight alongside us.
Don't you think we should be worried about dealing with her instead? We should kill her off now, right? Finish her off. She's already dead, isn't she?
No. I think she's just unconscious.
Whatever the fuck she's doing, she's gotta die! Let's ice this asshole.
But she could just be pretending to be knocked out, right? Isn't it dangerous for us to get too close?
Ugh, stop screwing around and get to it! At this rate, she might heal herself! We certainly can't leave her alive at any rate, right? But I have a bad feeling. Not a premonition, but still.
What do you think, Takumi?
I couldn't come to an immediate decision. Indeed, the idea that this could be a trap, it frightened me. I was scared to lose another friend because of her. The terror inside of me dulled my ability to make a decision, but I was hardly alone in that feeling. And because of this, not one of us dared to make a move. And as we stood frozen, staring at Veshnus, it happened.
What?
I hurriedly spun around towards the sudden screaming behind me.
What the hell is this? Help! Somebody help me!
Hey! Let me go! You brute! Help me! Quickly!
We have to save Kurana! This was always stupid.
Gaku! Kurata!
Don't tell me you're just going to let Veshnus absorb them.
What?
Right! Veshnus!
When I quickly looked back, Veshnus was already gone.
She's gone? When did she...
Did she get away from us?
While my attention was on the danger to my friends, Veshnus took the opportunity to vanish into thin air.
Damn it!
It's clear that she intends to absorb Gaku and Kurata to heal herself. Just like she did with the commander.
We can't let that happen. Let's hurry up and save them.
Which one?
Which one? Both of them! We just need to split up and...
Hold it! Listen to what I'm about to say and keep your cool. I'll keep it short because there's no time to spare. Unfortunately, in this situation, it's impossible for you to save both Maruko and Osuzuki.
What?
I bring you this news as a result of analyzing your power and the enemy's power. Not only are you surrounded by many invaders, but she is attempting to flee in another direction. If you divide your fighting power, you won't save either of them. In fact, that may very well be the enemy's goal. So you are most certainly going to have to choose which one to save.
Cut the shit, you little freak! If we just fucking go for it!
There's no time for your back talk, soldier. If you don't get a move on, they're both doomed. Samino, you decide.
Me?
You must choose one of them to save. If you don't choose quickly, they're both going to die.
This can't be happening. How am I supposed to choose? And no, I can't. Yeah, alright.
Help! Please help me!
No! I don't want to die! I don't want to become a mummy!
Sorry, Gaku. It's your time to die.
Say when. Ah! My turn. There.
I can't die yet! I have to look after my family!
Got it.
Sorry,
Say
Gaku.
when. Hiya.
Sorry.
Just one, then? At least I managed to buy myself some time. Still, that must be some incredible power to inflict such a grave wound on someone as great as I. I won't let my guard down. Slowly but surely, I will gain power. And you're the slop that will serve that purpose. I'm going to eat and eat until I've had my fill. And when I have that power for myself, I'll become God.
Fashionist gave her monologue as we were struck by complete despair. Then she limped away, along with the massive invaders. Some of us were overcome with rage and tried to follow her. Some of us desperately tried to stop them. Some of us had tears rolling down our faces as they ran over to Gaku's body. And all I could do was stand there, rooted to the spot, dumbfounded. We have 175,000 BP. Not too long after that, we made a grave for Gaku in a corner of the schoolyard. This was the third one. We'd lost yet another friend. My decision killed Gaku. I came back here from the future, and yet 3 people still died. Why was this happening? Friends of mine who would have never died otherwise were now gone because I decided to come back. Maybe I was never supposed to redo things. Because of my decision, Gaku, Kyoshika, and Darumi were dead. All because of me. And so, with the sacrifice of yet another life, our 33rd day at Last Defense Academy came to an end. So how does this fuck it up, though? I'm very curious. It's gotta be something to do with Kurara.
Time to rise and shine! Get ready for your 34th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Prepare to be ready to give your life.
I couldn't sleep at all. Not that I'd expected to. Whenever I closed my eyes, I saw Gaku's last moments in my head, so I just kept them open. I had no will to get out of bed, but I can't just lay here. I wonder how everyone else is holding up. I need to get to the cafeteria. I dragged myself out of bed and trudged gloomily down the halls. When I got to the cafeteria, things were way more lively than I'd ever imagined. Fucking pussy invaders, if you want to fight, come get some. I'm invincible. I'll pile drive every single one of them into the mat. Kako, your dear brother will protect you no matter what. What are you saying? I'm the one who's going to protect you, Ima. Everyone was abnormally worked up and shouting over each other. What's going on here? Sumino, you're late. The latecomers have to chug. Drink this energy drink. Drink it! For the record, there is something weird in it, but it won't cause any harm, so don't fret. Don't fret? What's in it?
Hey.
Just something to perk you up. I can't tell you any more than that. You know, when things get rough, adults turn to the bottle too. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I need to get you all in fighting condition again, even if it has to be by force. But still. I'll power up all our weapons. I'll make us all stronger than ever. You guys are all too caught up in convention. Who decided we have to be limited to having 2 eyes, 2 arms, or even 2 legs? Don't you have any respect for the human soul? I won't allow it, I won't. What a horrible racket. Still, this might be better than just being depressed. Hiruko, Nozomi, you're both your usual selves. You're not having any? No, I'm a little too scared to try it. I had some, but it doesn't seem to work on me. Booze, energy drinks, all of that other stuff. It never has any effect. Other stuff? Hey, I don't see Ava or Nigo. Do you know where they are? In maintenance. I asked Nigo to check Ava out since she was acting strangely yesterday. The sanctity of human life. Anyway, have some, Sumino. Forget all of our woes so we can have a better tomorrow. There's no need to worry about Veshnis. With her recuperating from her wounds, I suspect she won't be attacking again for a while. There's no handy-dandy tech like the Revive-O-Matic on their side, after all. Come on, have a drink and put it all behind you. Anguish and sadness will only further hinder you. He's right, Takumi. At times like these, you have to drink like your life depends on it. Why am I the one still alive? Clara. I should have been the one who died. No, don't say that. That's not true at all. Yes, it's actually a small mercy that Maruko is the one we lost. Small mercy? I mean, think about it. It was between him or you, O Suzuki. You're the stronger fighter, so we're much better off having you around. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Hey.
Not to mention how your death would have affected the others. Is there anyone here who considered Maruko their best friend? What's that supposed to mean? Exactly what I said. When a beloved character dies, it has a negative effect on everyone around them. So it was a small mercy that it was an unpopular loner like Maruko who died instead. How dare... How freaking dare you! I've had enough of your screwed up logic. Takamaru... There's not a single one of us here who's not important. Every single one of these guys is my best friend. You ever try ranking them again, I'll beat the crap out of you. Well, aren't you cool? The dramatic speech sounded pretty tough. But is that really how you should be speaking to your commanding officer? You threatening me? Come on, cut it out, you two. No, keep going. Punch him in the face. I want you both to win and both to lose. Don't encourage them. I've been thinking for a while that your attitude needed addressing, Yakushiji. You need to remember your place here. What, you gonna set off my bomb? Go ahead, do it. I dare you. What a horrible racket. I'm back, everyone. Ava should be ready to go by tomorrow. Huh?
You dare me? Because even if I blow you up, I'll just revive you anyway. Your bravado rings hollow if you presume that someone's going to be wiping your butt like a baby in the end.
Who you calling a baby? I know you can change the settings on that machine so I don't get revived. So yeah, I know I might actually die. And I don't care. If you keep trashing my bro Gaku, then you better go ahead and kill me.
What is going on here? Please stop fighting. It's bad and unproductive.
Having just entered the cafeteria, Nigo leapt between C-Ray and Takamaru to try to break them up. No more fighting! Shut up! Takamaru slapped Nigo away, never taking his eyes off C-Ray.
Uh-oh.
That sounded pretty bad.
Now you've done it.
Are you alright? Good. Poo! He turned into a fax machine. He's not going to explode, is he? Nigo, are you okay? Nigo! Huh? Why is everybody so panicked? Are you okay? What do you mean? Oh, are you referring to how the universe was started by a single strand of string?
Yeah.
He seems fine. Does he? I'm sorry, Nigo. Takamaru bowed his head low in apology. Can't believe I broke my code of never hitting women or children. Oh? But I'm not a woman or a child. What? Really? I just assumed you were one or the other on the inside. And C-Ray. My bad. I got a little too worked up. I'm gonna turn in and cool off. I guess I went a little too far as well. Following their lead, the rest of the group regained their composure too. We decided to call it a day there. Alone in my room, I found myself once more haunted by Gaku's last moments. I'm sorry. The same thought kept swirling inside my mind, even though there was no point to it. It was like I was punishing myself and asking for forgiveness all at once. Before I knew it, it was dark outside. Despite not eating anything since morning, I didn't feel hungry at all. Still, staying here in my room and wallowing in guilt won't do me any good. I guess I'll go get some fresh air. I leaned against the roof rail and took in the cool breeze. Felt my weary heart become a little lighter. I'm Takumi Samino, leader of the Special Defense Unit. I can't be wallowing in the past. Takumi? Nigo. What brings you here? Just wanted to get some fresh air. How about you? Why, I came to see you. I wanted to talk to you about something. About what? Well? Nigo looked around as if he was making sure the coast was clear before continuing. First of all, I'm not Nigo. I'm a completely different AI, just borrowing Nigo's body. What? Are you okay? That blow to the head earlier might have been worse than I thought. Please, I'm being serious! Okay, I'm listening. Whether he's of sound mind or not, I should at least hear him out. You say you're not Nigo, you're some different AI. Please explain it to me in a way that I can understand. Thank you, I'll do my best. To put it plainly, I represent the anti-Exodus faction. You and your friends don't need to fight anymore. Our objective is to send you all to the artificial satellite as soon as possible. Huh? I don't want anyone overhearing this. We should go somewhere more private. Managed to convince the pseudo-Nigo to continue our conversation back in my room. First of all, you may call me Goto. It'll get confusing if you keep calling me Nigo. Goto. It's an acronym for the foundational principles programmed into my AI that I've long since forgotten. God of something, I think. We can skip that part. The important thing is that I'm an AI created by the Anti-Exodus faction. Can I assume that the Anti-Exodus faction is what the name implies? Yes, you can. The Anti-Exodus faction stands against the Exodus Project. We hold opposite ideals to Sirei and Nigo. The people on the artificial satellite aren't all unified. Some support the Exodus Project, while others oppose it. They say we don't need to prolong our lives or find prosperity, and that we should instead accept our fate and perish. Perish? Is humanity in danger if they continue to live on the satellite? Yes. Just as planets have lifespans, so does the artificial satellite. The Exodus Project came about because some feared the satellite could not support humanity for much longer. Some estimate it will only last another 200 years. 200 years. Whether that's a long time or not is all a matter of perspective. The faction I represent thinks that we should simply accept our fate. That surviving is not a future worth sending such young ones to fight for. What he's saying makes sense so far. I was hidden inside Nigo in order to realize the Anti-Exodus faction's goals. My mission was to take over Nigo's body when the time was right, and try to persuade you all. When the time was right? What makes now the best time to do it? I'm ashamed to admit that I was supposed to take over this body much earlier. However, Nigo's internal security system was much stronger than anticipated. At one point, I thought I'd never be able to take over. And it seemed I wasn't successful the previous 100-day iteration. But there was a moment yesterday when Nigo's CPU experienced a large amount of stress. Oh. It must have been when Takamari whacked him. I seized the opportunity and took over his body. I see. So please, there's no need to support this barbaric Exodus project. Stop fighting the invaders and come back to the artificial satellite with me. That's easier said than done. Well, I heard him out at least. There's still a possibility this is just Nigo bugging out from hitting his head. How are we supposed to get back to the artificial satellite anyway? We have an escape pod ready at second to last Defense Academy. It was put there in secret, just like I was hidden away inside Nigo. If you use that, you won't even have to wait for day 100 to leave for the satellite. Huh. I guess this is all in the realm of possibility. Right? So why not just escape and say goodbye to all this fighting? It's an easy decision, isn't it? I can't do that because I have a reason to fight. This time I'm going to protect her to the end. That's what I'd promised myself. Wait, hold on a minute. If I can go back to the artificial satellite with Nozomi, then I don't really have a reason to fight. But that's not the issue here. If by fighting we can ensure the success of the Exodus project, if there's a chance we can fulfill humanity's wishes, then I want to see it through. How admirable! But you don't need to support the pro faction. You're just being brainwashed by them and forced to fight. You're not fighting of your own volition. What? Brainwashed? Hold on, what are you talking about? Well, here's an example. Gaku Maruko, who died yesterday, came from a group home. An orphanage, if you will. He had complicated feelings about his upbringing, but he loved his foster siblings. He fought so he could see them again. So what? What if I told you that his memories of his family were tampered with through brainwashing to be better than they were? What if that family was actually just a bunch of low-life scumbags? And he was only brainwashed into thinking that he wanted to see them again? What? The Pro faction successfully conducted research on memory manipulation at Kamakura General Hospital. That technology they created was installed in this school. I think you may have an idea of what I'm talking about here.
Huh?
Oh.
Hey. Oh.
There's no guarantee that we didn't receive the same treatment as her. Does that mean everything that Goto's telling me has been the truth? Wait, this is weird. For some reason my thoughts are getting fuzzy. I shouldn't think about this anymore. I shouldn't ever doubt Tsirei.
Oh!
Takumi, are you okay? My brain's feeling a little fuzzy. You poor thing, it's the brainwashing. In addition to implanting a reason for you to fight, you've been brainwashed into fully submitting to Sirei's control. What are you talking about? Sirei would never do something as barbaric as brainwashing us. That's precisely what he'd do. Although I suppose there's no point trying to convince you in your current state. But I have this for you. Goto took out a red pill. This pill can neutralize the effects of the latest brainwashing you underwent. If you have any suspicion that you're not your true self at this moment, take this. It could be the only way for you to regain your free will and defy the powers that be. Sirei brainwashed me. There's no way that's possible, but I might be able to prove it by taking this pill. If my feelings towards Sirei don't change after taking the pill, that would prove I was never brainwashed. Oh, the game crashed. Guys, I was never brainwashed, I promise. I have to skip all this again. Okay, that's the second time my game's ever crashed. I guess that's not bad on, what, 150 hours of playing, but... it's still a little annoying. Okay. Well, we're matrix coded, I guess. Take it. I know you've been brainwashed. I'm from the future. Me? The player? Playing the game? I'll take the pill. I took the pill from Goto and put it in my mouth. So? Well, I think my stomach feels a little warm, but that's it. That's not what I mean! Has your head stopped feeling fuzzy now?
Huh?
Oh, it has. I actually feel a little sharper than before. You see? You were brainwashed by Sirei to further the Pro Exodus Project Faction's cause. brainwashed, deceived, and manipulated to fight. How do you feel about that statement? Sounds pretty accurate to me. Good. While I was glad it had been undone, I suddenly got scared. Because this meant I really had been brainwashed. Really had been tricked into fighting, just like Goto said. Oh, but don't get the wrong idea. This doesn't mean your brainwashing has been completely reversed. What do you mean? I told you that the pill just lessens the effects of your latest brainwashing. You've received brainwashing prior to this. That pill only undid the brainwashing that forced you to be loyal to Sirei. Your original brainwashing is probably still in effect. You mean the one that created a reason for me to fight? Yes, the same one that I explained was given to Gaku. Like making you feel that the family you hated was actually important to you, for example. The reason all of you were given to fight were twisted by brainwashing. And you're still under that influence. The reasons you believe you have to fight were all put inside your head by the pro-faction. That's not true, exactly. So just like Gaku, the reason I fight, is it possible she's not actually important to me after all? I've just been made to believe that she is, and that I want to fight for her? I can give you more details about your brainwashing if you want. You were all brainwashed as soon as you were brought here using the device in the infirmary. The students from the second campus received theirs when they arrived there. That campus has its own separate brainwashing device. So, it's not as if I directly witnessed all of you getting brainwashed here on the first campus. But I have already checked the logs of the device in your infirmary. Would you like to hear the details about the brainwashing they gave you? I think I'll pass. Because if what he says is true, then the reason I fight... If he tells me what I think he's going to tell me, there's a chance I'll shut down completely. I won't be able to fight, or run, or even stand anymore. I suppose avoiding the truth is a valid option as well. But your fear suggests that you believe what I'm telling you. Does that mean you'll join me and support the anti-Exodus faction's cause? What should I do? Should I work with Goto and the anti-faction? Oh, okay, this is a short-ass route then. We're just getting fucking choices out the wazoo. Sure, let's help him. Yes, I'm in. I believe you when you say we've also been brainwashed into fighting by Sirei. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you! What can I do to help? Just go back to the artificial satellite and the escape pod at the second campus like you asked? Is there anything else I can do? Yes, there is. That's why I approached you first. What I want to ask you to do is persuade everyone else. Persuade them? Yes, I want you to tell the others the truth, just like I did with you. That you've all been brainwashed to fight, and that you don't need to fight anymore. That you should all escape together instead. Alright? I don't mind doing that. But why me? Why don't you just talk to them yourself like you did with me? It'll probably be more believable coming from you anyway. No, that would be too risky. I can't keep sneaking around Sneeray's back. If I do, he might notice there's something wrong with Nigo and figure out my secret. There's also something else I need to do in the meantime. What's that? You remember I told you there's an escape pod at the other academy? It will need some fixing up before it's usable. So if you can work on getting the others on board while I'm working on that, then we wouldn't lose any time. An efficient little solution, wouldn't you say? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Thank you. Anyway, here's something to help you persuade them. Goto handed me some more red pills. And with them, a whole stack of red envelopes. Are these the same as the pill I just took? Yes. Give them to anyone who you think could have received the same, more recent brainwashing as you did. Okay, and what about these envelopes? You're open-minded, so you believed me. But that won't necessarily be the case with everyone else. If anyone is skeptical, you can hand them the envelope instead. Each one contains background intel about the Special Defense Unit, along with hints about their brainwashing-induced reasons to fight. Just hints. Why not the full details? You're really asking me that when you were too scared to ask me the details about your case?
Hey!
Okay, point taken. Anything too specific could be overwhelming. I suppose there's kindness in holding back. Just so you know, there are 12 envelopes. One for each survivor, excluding Ava. I put yours in there too if you ever want to learn the full truth about your own brainwashing. Thanks, but I doubt I'll have it in me to open it before I get back to the satellite. Anyway, we'll be launching the escape pod in 3 days. Please get everyone on board by then. Okay, but... What? Good heavens, what was that for? Did you just say 3 days? I know it's rather sudden, but that's as long as I can stay in control of Nigo's body. Past that, it's back to square one, and you'll lose your chance to escape to the artificial satellite. So 3 days is all I can give you, but you can do it. I believe in you. What if I can't persuade them all in 3 days? Then you'll be heading back to the satellite with only the members you successfully persuaded. And if you can't convince anyone, you'll be going all alone. You wouldn't want that, would you? No, I wouldn't. I'm sure you already know, but C-Ray cannot find out about this. Not about my existence or the fact that you're going around trying to persuade people to leave. He's the embodiment of the Pro Faction. If he catches us... Brr. Just imagining it gives me chills. So I need to persuade everyone in 3 days without C-Ray finding out. That sounds impossible. But there's no way I'm going back alone and leaving everyone else behind. Sounds like I'm just going to have to make the impossible possible.
Up and Atom troops, time to rise and shine! Get ready for your 35th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness. Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy!
The Exodus Project. The pro and anti-factions. C-Ray, Goto. The brainwashing or reasons for fighting, our right to run away. There was a lot to think about, but I didn't have the time. Goto said yesterday that the escape pod from Second to Last Defense Academy will launch in 3 days. That's the day after tomorrow. There's no time to change paths or look for other options. I have stay on the one I decided was right for me. But who do I start with? It can't just be anyone. There's a definite possibility that this decision will make or break this whole plan. I need to choose carefully. The person most likely to hear me out is... Who will you persuade first? Yuriko? Kurara? It's gotta be... I don't know. It's gotta be... Fuck. Who will you persuade first? Considering that we saved Kurara to do this, I would assume it's her. Because, like... Yuriko's goal is to save everyone. But her goal is not to kill Seirei, as far as I'm aware. So. Her goal isn't to, like, fucking be an anti, you know? I don't know if she's rebelling. Maybe I should go to Kurata first. She seemed pretty down when I spoke to her yesterday. It's not like her to show her true feelings like that. We don't need to fight anymore. I'll bet Kurata wants to hear those words more than anything else right now. In her state, she's bound to accept all this craziness about the anti-Exodus faction and the brainwashing pretty much at face value. A twinge of guilt crept into my heart, but my personal feelings were of no concern at that moment. What do you need to talk about so badly that you've come to my room uninvited? If it's some mundane drivel, I'll tear the skin right off your face. Starting off on a strong note, I see. More important than that, though. I have to come right out and tell her. Kurata, we don't have to fight anymore. We can just run away. If this is a joke, it's even more lame than I'd expect from you. I'm serious. What? And that's supposed to make me believe you? Please, just hear me out. I looked Kurata directly in the eyes. She in turn glared directly back at me. Tell me everything. And so, I did. I relayed everything Goto had told me the day before. Kurata didn't exhibit any of the day's sensation that I'd felt. It appeared that her brainwashing was only to instill her reason for fighting. Oh, if we went to Hiriko, that's what would have happened. Okay, gotcha. Because she got brainwashed again. Once she finished listening to my explanations, she spoke in a low murmur. It all sounds pretty far-fetched. Yeah, I know. But I believe it. I want you to believe it too, if you can. I want you to trust me, so we can go back to the artificial satellite together. But you must understand. As a proud daughter of the Osazuki clan, I could never run away, no matter the... No, it can't be. Kurata's expression clouded over mid-sentence, as if she just realized something. That apprehension seemed to stoke my own feelings of guilt, but I pressed ahead all the same. If your pride as an Osazuki is what's making you fight, then maybe that's part of the brainwashing they did to you. The real Osazukis might not be the prominent family that Kurata believed them to be. Or maybe she wasn't even part of the Osazuki family at all. If her obligation to her family was the foundation of what motivated her to keep fighting, any of that was possible. Here, in case you need it. I was told it contains a clue about your brainwashing. A clue? Yeah. They said a straight explanation would be too shocking. Alright, I'll take a look. Hand it over. Kurata snatched the envelope from my hand. You're gonna open it? Of course. Naturally, I'm scared, but I would be simply miserable living with the possibility of that which I hold most dear being fake. I can't have that haunting me forever. If what's in here can dispel that misery, that's a chance I'll have to take. You're one tough girl. Of course. I am an Osazuki after all. I will be until I open this envelope anyway. With that sharp remark, Kurata opened the envelope. Inside was a single sheet of paper which she cast her eyes over intently. What's it say? It's about my father. It says he died 5 years ago. Sure enough, I have no memory of this. I had no idea he was dead. In fact, I remember him being in fine health right before I came to the school. So your brainwashing was to make you forget about your father's passing? Yes. If I'm to trust this note, that seems to be the case. But more than that, my father, Kurama Osazuki, was head of the Osazuki clan. If he's dead, then the family is no more. I think we can say that my brain... Alright. I think we can say that my brainwashing was actually about the state of Osazuki family itself. The one thing that's kept me fighting up to this point has been my pride as an Osazuki. And according to this note, all of that was a lie. My father's been dead for 5 years, and I forgot about the fall of the Osazuki family. No, I was made to forget. About that envelope. Was there anything else in there besides the stuff about your father's passing? Well, this piece of paper here is a copy of his death certificate. The cause of his death was cancer, plain and simple. I see. This is a bit too disheartening, isn't it? I imagine the clue would be a little less hard-hitting than something like this. Those anti-Exodus simpletons are painfully straightforward. Their lack of consideration is rather off-putting. I agree. Naturally, this doesn't mean that I accept this sheet as the absolute truth. This Goto you told me about could be making it all up. He could be deceiving you, and in turn deceiving me as well. I think he is. Because, yeah, we know the truth. Yeah, that's a possibility, too. There's no proof as to whether his brainwashing stuff is true or not. It's really just a matter of choosing who to trust. I suppose so. Yes, I understand. That's why I'm choosing to trust you, Takumi. You are. I don't like it, but it seems like there's some credibility to what you've told me. If there's a chance we can go home without fighting, I want to hold on to it. I just feel a kind of regret holding me back. If I believe you, and we choose to stop fighting and run away, then the others who died, what was the point of their sacrifice? Their deaths will have been in vain, won't they? Yeah? Yeah? You need to accept that. I guess I'll pick the... I don't know. Yeah. You know what, maybe... No, they're not. They weren't in vain. They weren't in vain. Huh? What do you mean? I mean, you're alive because Gaku died, aren't you? So because I'm alive, Gaku's death wasn't in vain? The only purpose for his life was to keep me alive. Is that what you're saying? No, that's not what I meant. Then what did you mean? What train of thought derailed you into thinking you can tell me their deaths were anything more than senseless tragedies? Fuck. Why did I pick no after I said yes? Fuck. If you're just saying whatever you think sounds right to fit the mood, I'll end you here and now. I'm sorry, that wasn't very considerate of me. But even if my logic doesn't hold up, I still don't want to admit that their deaths were pointless. I don't want them to have died in vain. I feel the same way. I don't want them to have died in vain. That's why I've decided to keep fighting. Huh? That's the only way I can truly honor their memories. All this talk about their sacrifice allowing us to sneak away to the artificial satellite. About how their spirits live on with us. No matter what, I refuse to talk myself into that kind of self-deception. I'll fight and I'll win. I'll get through these 100 days. Then, and only then, I'll be able to finally say that their deaths weren't in vain. And when I die, I'll be able to look them in the eyes in the afterlife. But...
No ifs, ands, or buts about it!
You don't want their lives to have been wasted either, do you, Takumi? Then firm up your resolve and get your ass in gear. Stop spewing this hypocrisy. If you really want their deaths to mean something, running away from our responsibilities is the last thing you should be thinking of. Let's fight. Let's win this war. Let's hold on to what we can. You're right. I'd failed to persuade Kurara. Yet somehow, it seemed like this wasn't the wrong choice. Felt like we were on the right path after all. Huh?
Dear me, you do have a way with words, don't you? But if you're not able to translate them into positive action, they'll never be anything more.
Damn. Damn. You got fucked. Alright, I'm gonna splice the video here. I'll be back after I eat. And we're back. It definitely is after dinner. Ha ha ha. Smile. Anyways. You know, I could just lie to y'all. I should consider that more often. But yeah, I don't know why I was like, oh, their deaths were in vain, and then I chose no. So here we go. They weren't in vain. If I had to put the sentiment into words, I could have phrased it that way. It was only because of our friend's sacrifice that we could now escape. In that sense, their deaths definitely had meaning. Or something to that effect. But saying that would be insincere. Dishonest. They didn't die so that we could be free. They fought to win, and died fighting. In a war they were tricked into joining at that. I couldn't find any significance in their deaths. In a sense, their deaths were nothing but the unfortunate result of their being manipulated. That was a much more cold-hearted way of putting it, but it was closer to how I really felt about it. Well, just stand there with that dopey look on your face! Say something! Sorry. Well, I'm glad that you didn't give me some half-assed positivity, at least. What do you mean? Part of me wanted to cling on to anything that would gloss over this whole situation. If you'd said something carelessly optimistic, it would have been way too tempting to get on board with it. But your silence just now let me know it's okay to feel this despair. I'm glad. I see. Can you give me 30 minutes to myself?
Huh?
Sure, but why? Take a wild guess. I don't want you to see me cry. I'm going to think about how my father is probably dead, and the Osazuki clan with him. And I'll also think about our friend's meaningless deaths while I'm at it. Right. When I'm done crying, I'll place my trust in you, and we can start thinking about what we can do from here on. I just need a little time. I understand. Thanks. I waited for Kurata in my room. Her father's gone and her friends died in vain. It's all so horrible that no one would want to believe it, but in spite of all that, she still chose to trust me. She really is one tough girl. Just as the 30 minutes were up, Kurata arrived at my room. Pardon the wait. Are you okay? Of course, who do you take me for? Though I guess I should probably drop the smug act from here on out. Now that my father's dead, the proud Osazuki name has died with him. I think you can keep it up if you want. Even if the Osazuki family is no more, you're still the same proud Kurata Osazuki as before. What? Nothing. I was simply impressed you were able to offer a few half-decent words of encouragement. I'd brace myself for you to rub salt in my wounds with some insincere inanities. Don't talk as if I were that kind of psychopath. Anyway, let's think about what we're going to do from here. The escape pod takes off in 2 days, yes? We need to persuade the others to join us without C-Ray catching on before then. The more I think about it, the more this seems like a game that's impossible to win. Yeah, I hear that. There's just not enough time, and keeping things out of C-Ray's notice is a tall order, too. If we fail to persuade even one of them, they'll probably go right to C-Ray and tell him what we're up to. Should we just give up? Say what? I'm kidding. Well, half kidding. There's a notable disparity between our goals and the obstacles in our way. Even without C-Ray keeping an eye on us, 2 days would be a tight window to convince everyone. To start with, we'll need to do something about C-Ray. What kind of something? Who knows? The only thing that comes to mind is smashing him to pieces. Huh? Huh? Smash him to pieces. It's not an option, right? I suppose so. Yes, that might work. At first, I thought it would be too dangerous, not to mention against the rules. But desperate times call for desperate measures. And C-Ray's rules are a bunch of hogwash anyway. If we destroy him before we persuade the others, we won't need to worry about anyone blowing our cover if we fail to convince them. We can even bring anyone we don't convince to the artificial satellite by force if we have to. It's more than satisfactory. So what do? The clock's ticking, we need to act fast. I'm more than fine with taking him out, but I'll leave the final choice to you. Well, in that case... yeah, that motherfucker can die. Alright, let's destroy C-Ray. I don't think we have any other choice. Fine by me. It's just the kind of shake-up this place could use. But destroying him won't be a simple matter. Maybe we should take a page out of that lunatic Ato's book. If I recall correctly, he actually managed it in your last timeline, didn't he? He asked to speak with C-Ray alone while the rest of us were sleeping, under the guise of learning how to use hemoanima. And once he did transform, he immediately used his class weapon to destroy C-Ray. Yeah? And he pulled it off in my previous 100 days. C-Ray did blow Ato up when he made his move, but the Revive-O-Matic brought him right back to life. He showed up afterwards, feigning ignorance about the whole incident. Of course, we'll need to come up with some sort of setup. We'll only get one shot at this. The problem is, what should that setup be? C-Ray is going to be much more cautious of us calling on him now that he was back when Ato did.
Huh?
Who is it? It's me, Nigo. There's something I'd like to talk with you about. May I come in? He said Nigo, but should we assume it's really Goto? Nigo can't have come back somehow, can he? What color is the envelope? Oh, what's this now? Some manner of password? Some well-known song lyrics, perhaps? A chill ran down my spine. For whatever reason, Nigo's original personality seemed to have reasserted itself. Sorry, just my little joke. Huh? The envelope is red, and so is the pill.
Hey!
So not funny. Well then, pardon the intrusion. Oh, Kurara Osazuki? Does this mean? Yeah, I want her over to our side. We're just planning how we were going to persuade the others to get on board as well. So you're Goto. So it's your fault that my brain is at its boiling point right now. Oh my! Sorry, I know all too well that I'm asking the impossible. Let's put that aside. You had something you wanted to talk about. Actually, I only mentioned that as an excuse to come visit you as Nigo. It's entirely possible that someone could have seen me come here after all. What I really wanted was to come and check on how your efforts were going. I assume Kurata is the only one you've managed to persuade so far? Yeah, so far at least. But what are you doing here? You said you'd be at second to last Defense Academy running maintenance on the escape pod. That should be plenty to keep you busy. Can't you leave the persuading to me? Or is the maintenance art finished already? Oh, I must not have told you. The escape pod maintenance is all performed remotely. So I'll be here at this school the whole time until departure. By the way, I'm doing maintenance at this very moment. I'll most certainly have to work up until the very last minute to get it done. Huh, okay. Back to the subject of persuading everyone. Do you think you can do it in a day or two? No? At least not if we do everything above board. Above board? Yeah. So we figured destroying C-Ray might make the job more feasible. You'll destroy him? Convincing everyone without him noticing will be difficult. No, frankly, it'd be straight up impossible. That being the case, we thought it might be best to take C-Ray out of the equation first. I see, so that's your move. It's such a clever strategy, I'm not sure why I didn't think of it before. Oh hey, I just thought of something brilliant. Huh? Something brilliant? To destroy C-Ray, we'll need to call him to some place that's deserted at that time. And you're the perfect lump of metal for the job. You can do it for us, Goto. If you tell him after there's an emergency sometime after lights out and ask him to come with you, we'll be able to trap him without any fear of raising suspicion. It's not a bad idea. Gerardo's plan certainly sounded like the most natural approach. Will you do it? Of course! It should really be me taking care of everything, so I'll do whatever I can to help. I swear by the name of the Anti-Exodus faction, I'll make this operation a success.
At ease, soldiers. It's time to hit the hay. You never know when the invasion... Well then.
That night, I felt strangely conflicted. I was extremely anxious about our plan, and yet it didn't feel real. We were actually going to destroy C-Ray. We'd figured out the plan step by step. Goto, pretending to be Nigo, would soon lead C-Ray here. He'd tell him that something crazy had happened in the cafeteria, and to come quickly. When he got here, I would be waiting for him. I'd be in my class armor, and ready to attack. Kurata would be on standby, in an empty classroom nearby, ready to deal with any unforeseen developments. Goto would give the signal to attack. Being the closest to C-Ray, it would be easiest for him to gauge when he let his guard down. It seemed like the perfect plan, other than the fact that I didn't really want to destroy C-Ray. But I'd have to set those feelings aside. The door opened. So what the heck's going on in here?
Huh?
You said there was some kind of emergency in the cafeteria. Oh yes, sir, we have to deal with this very minute or it will get completely out of hand. Really? Because I don't see anything here to deal with. Are you sure you didn't just hear some bugs skittering around or something equally pointless? Aye? Suddenly, Goto looked my way. His eyes met mine from my hiding place in the shadows. Now, go. And on Goto's mark... Well, yeah, what? But it's gonna be some dog shit ending if you don't do it. Die. I'm sorry. What the... I wondered if it was like this for Eito as well. It was incredibly easy, cutting C-Ray in half. But in the next instant, a mechanical sound rang out from my chest. I blacked out on the spot alongside a fit of intense pain. Come on, just how long are you going to sleep? Get up already! I woke up to Kurata's voice and slowly realized that I was back in my room. Did it work? It sure did! You did splendidly! You split C-Ray clean in two! Then he activated the bomb in your chest and blew you into bits. The drone carried the pieces to the infirmary, and once you were reassembled, I brought you back here. You spent the night out cold, and now here we are. I've already cleaned up the mess that your blood and C-Ray's remains left behind, of course. Thanks, I appreciate it. But the next step is going to be crucial. Do you remember our plan for today? Yeah. We were going to meet up with the rest of the team in the cafeteria and try to persuade them to join us. Now that C-Ray was out of the picture, there wasn't any need to sneak around and talk to them one by one. I already told the others to meet us in the cafeteria at noon. It's almost that time now. We should get going. I just had to hope it would all work out. And yet, that hope was a frightfully cold and detached one. When Kurara and I arrived at the cafeteria, everyone except C-Ray, Goto, and Eito was there. What the hell, you two? You've got some balls calling us all here and then showing up last. Sorry. Never mind that. Just hurry up and tell us what you wanted to talk to us about. Judging from that timid expression of yours, Mr. Sumino, it's something serious. Not to mention that it's so rare for you to be the one to reach out to us, Kurara. Right? I could understand if it was Takumi making the call. I simply took a little interest in how my slaves were doing, nothing more. Who are you calling slaves? Oh, wait. Where's C-Ray and Nigo? You must have called them here too, right? Nigo is busy with another test, so he's been excused. As for C-Ray, Kurata glanced my way. I took that as my signal to speak. C-Ray's not coming. Or rather, he can't. He can't? Is he out on an excursion somewhere? I answered honestly. Last night, I tricked C-Ray into meeting me, and destroyed him. Just like Eito did in my previous timeline. Say what? You destroyed him? I understand it must be hard to believe, but it's the truth. If you like, I can show you his remains later. And you? Are you an accomplice to this, Kurara? Oh, wait, hold on. What do you mean you destroyed him? Takumi, Kurara, have you gone crazy? Are you like Eito now? You must have had some reason, right? Well, I told everyone the events of the past 3 days, not holding anything back. Only Hiriko noted that her head was in a daze like mine had been. When I offered her one of the pills, she took it without hesitation. And lastly, here. Each member of the team had their own brainwashing concerning their reasons for fighting. I handed them all the envelopes with the clues about those reasons. All except Ava, of course. We already knew all about her brainwashing, after all. Everyone else reacted to the envelopes in different ways. I don't think I'll look at mine. I'll pass as well. I ain't looking either. Feels like I won't be me anymore if I do. Some chose not to look at their envelopes, same as me. No, it can't be true. We needn't read more, Kako. But this can't be. It has to be a lie. That's right. No matter how awful of an existence mine is guaranteed to be, this can't be a part of it. Some opened their envelopes and were shocked at the contents. I just don't know what to think of this. It's so shocking, it actually makes me feel less queasy. To think there'd come a day when my soul would be denied like this. This isn't a work shoot, is it? And there were those who opened the envelopes, but were at a loss from how unreal it seemed. Each had their own reactions, but they were all equally confused. I'm sure you all have different thoughts on this. Some of you might not even accept it, but I'm asking you to trust me. I want you to believe what I'm telling you, so we can all escape together. The tense silence held like a sheet of thin ice. Sorry, but... Nozomi began to speak, softly treading upon that thin ice and forming the first cracks. I'm still only half convinced. It sounds so impossible that my reason for fighting was implanted in my mind. I still think it's worth believing in. The only way things can make sense is if I trust that what I know is real. Even so, even if my reason for fighting is a lie, I don't know if that means I should give up. If we give up now, wouldn't everything we've done here become totally meaningless? The fear, the bravery, the battles, how we've learned to care for one another. The sadness of losing our friends. Nozomi. I don't want all that to be in vain. I can't bear to think there was no point to our time here. It was the same as when I'd persuaded Kurata. Not wanting all our fighting to be pointless. Not wanting to think all that we'd suffered through had been for nothing. I understood Nozomi's feelings painfully well. But because I understood, I knew exactly what to say. Everything we did. Everything we did was pointless. That's right. It was all pointless. But that's... Whether or not it meant anything is something only we can decide. Well, in that case, I don't want it to mean anything.
My life, our lives, aren't lived for the sake of giving meaning to the past. It may be sad, and even unbearable at times, but we should abandon the past for the sake of our future.
When you put it that way... Still, I won't force you. If any of you don't believe me, or if you still want to stay at the school and fight, that's fine too. Do whatever you feel is right. I went on to share the schedule that Goto had prepared beforehand with everyone. Anyone who wants to escape with me, meet me at the parking lot at 7 a.m. tomorrow. We'll take the school bus to second to last Defense Academy. Apparently there's an escape pod there. I will simply do as I am ordered. After a few seconds of silence, Ava, the only one among us with a different perspective, spoke up and looked around. No one spoke up after her. But I could tell that not a single one of them wasn't going to show up tomorrow. I didn't have any solid basis for that belief, but I felt it in my gut. The gloomy atmosphere of despair that dominated the cafeteria was all the proof I needed. I was the first to leave the cafeteria and escape to my room. No one spoke up to stop me or wanted to hear more details. I somehow felt extremely exhausted, despite the fact that I did practically nothing and only spoke words that I'd already planned to say. I collapsed onto my bed as if my battery were completely spent. And just as I was about to let my consciousness slip away... Who is it? It's me, Goto. I'm coming in. I heard from Kurata that you were able to thoroughly convince everyone. Thank you, truly. I'm glad I could count on you. How about on your side? Is the escape pod maintenance going to be finished in time? Cliche twist like the pod breaking down just as we're about to take off is something I can do without. You needn't worry about that. Leave it all to me. Once you get there, literally all you have to do is push a button to launch. Now we simply have to ride out the rest of the time peacefully until tomorrow. And by the way, about Ava, I'll undo her brainwashing and leave her here on the planet, if that's alright with you. Of course I'll be sure to do it right, so she won't become an issue down the line. Yet it's not a problem. She was originally an enemy, and yet it wouldn't have felt right leaving her brainwashed like that. There may not have been any reason to bring her to the artificial satellite, but that didn't mean we needed to kill her. This really brings it all to the finish line. I'm really relieved. I thought for sure you'd bring up some more stuff I needed to do. Well, about that... Oh no, I've got a bad feeling about this. I do have one more request to ask of you, but I promise this will be the last one. Let's hear it. When you get to the artificial satellite, I'll need to apologize to all of you. I'm sure you'll be very angry when you hear what I've done, but I hope you'll allow me to properly apologize all the same. That depends. What do you want to apologize for? First and foremost, I should apologize to you personally, Takumi. You see, Everything in those red envelopes was a lie. What? For example, the death certificate Kurata found in her envelope. Her father isn't really dead. Well, that is to say, he might be dead, but I don't actually know. I made the whole thing up. Whoa, 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 wait a second. You said you saw the brainwashing logs on the machine in the infirmary. Yes, I did in fact see them. From what I could analyze, the most recent processes were to make the recipients more obedient to Sirei. That was the nature of what was done to your team. Some of you, at least. And you were brainwashed, that much is certain. The red pill taking effect is proof of that. But everything else I told you before, your reasons for fighting being distorted by the brainwashing, that was all a fabrication. All lies. I created them based on the information I found in your profiles. Why would you do that? To give some credibility to what I told you. To drive you all deep into despair so you would want to stop fighting. I didn't know whether what I was feeling was shock or outrage. But, on the other hand, everything else I told you was completely true. The memory experiments being conducted at Kamakura General Hospital, and the school being filled with technology based on that research. That's all undeniable fact. I'm sorry for tricking you, I really am, but I did it for your own good. The guilt from lying to me must have really gotten to Goto. He went on, talking more than he ever had before. What choices did I have before me? 1. Believe what Goto is saying and forgive him. 2. Believe what Goto is saying, but don't forgive him. 3. Don't believe what Goto is saying. 4. Give in to anger and destroy Goto. 5. Give up on escaping to the artificial satellite. Other than that, what did those options matter at this point? It's fine. I'd already come this far. All I could do now was believe and forgive Goto. Doing that and returning to the artificial satellite was the only way my choices up to this point would finally pay off.
Up and Atom troops, time to rise and shine! Get ready for your 37th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy! Prepare to spend... Be ready to give your...
Yeah? Huh. Lambs to the slaughter, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Alright. I guess we see all these endings. There's a lot. This is exactly what I wanted. Short, to the point. I needed some dopamine to hit. I needed the number to go up. Even though this red's kind of dumb. I don't want to take the red pill. Stupid ass Goto. I'll pass. For all you have to say about Sirei, you're pretty sketchy yourself. There's no telling what that pill will actually do to me if I take it. Those are pretty natural suspicions, don't you think? Well, your argument is quite sound. It's exceedingly right-minded and super-duper reasonable. But sound arguments won't change the world around you. Huh.
Don't think less of me for this. But if you don't have any intention of leaving the pro faction, then I can't let you live. If you're going to blame anything, blame the pro-faction's cunning. And your own foolishness.
Bam. A fair point. Okay, so I picked mostly right throughout this route. But, like, does that actually help me? And all because Takamaru fucking knocked over Nigo. SMH. No, I'm not helping you. I can't help you. What? Why not? Don't you believe me? No, it makes sense. And normally I would believe you. Then why? I want to believe all this meant something. I want to believe Sirei has been supporting us all this time. And that my reason for fighting hasn't just been one big mistake. Goto gave a condescending laugh and a golf clap before speaking. You pass! Huh? The anti-Exodus faction, the brainwashing, it was all a complete lie! I told you about the I told you about the opposition forces to test your loyalty, Mr. Sumino! You see, there's still a chance that there's a hot spy hidden among the Special Defense Unit. Seriously? That's all this was? I was less than amused at being tested like this. Well, I'm glad it was all a lie, at least. Truly glad, in fact. Are you really that gullible?
Boys are so slow on the uptake.
Jeez, these fucking endings are like bop, bop, bop. We save after every one, apparently. Alright, I want to see what... Yeah, I'm interested in this one. Persuading Hiruko. What goes wrong? She was brainwashed, so she would rat us out. I think that's what happens, but we'll see. Maybe I should talk to Hiruko first. Hiruko had been concerned about me before. Come to think of it, perhaps she's already realized there was a chance I'd been brainwashed. And that's not all.
Oh.
Maybe Hiruko's under the same kind of brainwashing as me. Some kind of secondary brainwashing. That would explain why she suddenly took back what she said about me seeming strange and stopped suspecting Sirei. In that case, I'd better hurry and get her to take the pill. What is it you want to talk about so badly? You're creeping me out. Please, just stay cool and hear me out. We don't have to fight anymore. We can just run away. If you're not joking, then can I safely assume that you've finally lost your mind? I'm not joking, and I'm not crazy. A crazy person wouldn't be aware that they lost their mind anyway. Please, just hear me out. I looked Hiruko directly in the eyes. She in turn glared directly back at me. Fine, let's hear it. I relayed everything Goto had told me the day before. She noted that her head was in a daze, just like mine, so I had her take the pill. Once she did, her mind seemed to become clearer. It seems I have no choice but to believe you. That said, she still appeared reluctant to accept all of it. The anti-Exodus faction, our brainwashing to give us a reason to fight, the secondary brainwashing to make us obedient to Sirei, and the escape pod at Second to Last Defense Academy. One by one, Hiruko came to terms with all these assorted details. And lastly, here. No need to force yourself to read it. I'm just giving you the option. Did you look at the clue about your brainwashing in your envelope? No, I got cold feet. And I figured it wasn't really necessary. You pathetic coward. Is what I'd like to say, but I'm not looking at mine either. For roughly the same reason. With that, Hiroko tossed the envelope she'd just received onto her desk.
Oh.
We should start discussing what we're going to do from here. But would you give me a moment alone first? Sure, but why? There's something I need to think about. It shouldn't take long. Go wait for me in your room. Okay. Perhaps Hiroko asked for the moment to think so she could briefly let out her tears. Or maybe she actually did want to see the envelope's contents, but without me there. Whichever the case may be, I did as she asked and headed back to my room. Not even 10 minutes had passed before I heard my doorbell ring. It's open. Hey there, Sumino. Just wanted to check how you're doing. Oh, fuck. What are you doing here? Oh, you know perfectly well. Why play dumb now? Fine. If you're gonna force me to say it, you were sold out. Sold out? Who would do that? No, I suppose it goes without saying. Hiroko. She must have been pretending to believe me, and asked for time to think so she could report me to C-Ray. It wouldn't have been too hard for her to pretend to swallow the red pill to trick me either. Damn it. I want a do-over. Yeah, you got ratted out. Sucks to suck. Let's hesitate to destroy C-Ray. Be like, nah, actually, I don't feel like it. No, I think that's a little too savage. Nothing can be too savage when it comes to someone who's willing to brainwash people. I know, but I don't want to give up on the possibility of a more peaceful approach. I just feel like destroying C-Ray to stop fighting would come to no good in the end. You're going to start spouting that soft-hearted drivel now? Sorry. That said, it is true that ending things peacefully would be our best option. Alright, we'll come up with another solution. Let's give it some more thought. Nothing occurred to either of us. We've got nothing. Just let me give it a little more thought. I still didn't want to commit to something as dangerous as destroying C-Ray. You still haven't thought of anything, have you? I told you we're not destroying C-Ray. Fine. Do as you please. With those parting words, Kurata left the room. Or so I thought. I looked to see Kurata standing shocked still in the open doorway. What happened? I believe I should be the one asking you two that. C-Ray. Well, whatever the case may be, it doesn't change what I need to do. Bzz. Man, what a route. Why? I'd committed to this plan, so I had to go through with it. I should have made up my mind a long time ago. But I was frozen, unsure if this was really the right thing to do. What are you doing here, Sumino? Damn. Whoa, wait! You've got the wrong idea! We weren't doing anything shady or underhanded. This is a flash mob. Yes, that's it. Thank you, Goto. Right? A flash mob. Surprise! Fine, if that's all it is. Phew, saved. You seriously think I'd buy that?
Why would you try to get the jump on your beloved commanding officer like this?
It's a cool shot.
No idea what's going on here, but it's all too clear you two are in too deep to turn back. In which case, I'll gladly throw myself body and soul into taking you on.
That sharp retort from Sea-Ray was the last thing I remember. From there, my memories completely and utterly faded clean away. Okay, at least we got a cool CJ there. More than I'll give the other routes. And finally. Everything we did. ... I knew that I should tell everyone that it had been pointless, but I couldn't say anything. Because I understood how they felt after fighting all this time. On top of that, I didn't want to believe that it was all pointless either. You're staying quiet because you feel the same way, right, Takumi? You don't really want to accept that your reason for fighting is a lie and give up, do you? That's not... No, I know that's it. Otherwise your face wouldn't look so pained this whole time. You didn't want to expose us to such a painful truth, but it was something you had to tell us all the same. That's why it's hurting you so much, isn't it? It's not like... Caught the lie before I could finish it. The lie about it not hurting. About doing what I did or didn't want to do. Because, if I was being honest, I didn't want to give up the fight even now. Whether or not all these days up until now meant anything is something we have to decide for ourselves. I think if we want it to mean something, we should keep fighting. It was only when Nozomi spelled it out like that I first realized the truth. Those were the words I had wanted to say all along. We should keep fighting. We don't have to run away. It felt like a light was finally shining on the path I should walk. I didn't want to give up.
Oh dear. I tried so hard to tell you not to fight. Why wouldn't you listen? How unfortunate. I didn't want to be the one doing the killing, but...
Kerbluey. Alright, and that is all the routes in Conspiracy. It's a fucking nothing route if I'm being honest, but, you know, 100 endings. Goto, sure, whatever. We learned some lore. I guess. Not really, even. I mean, yeah, obviously there's people... Obviously there's a resistance. There's always a resistance. But, like, what was their fucking plan? Their plan was stupid, is what it was. Anyways, we're done here for today. Thanks for watching. We now have over 50 endings. And we'll go back into the Kill Eito timeline next time. Until then, sayonara.